ultimately, all of Utah has a real stake in this. Whether we succeed or fail, it's going to impact your quality of life.
Well, that is the man appointed to oversee efforts to save the Great Salt Lake.
New Great Salt Lake Commissioner Brian Steed talks one-on-one with Fox 13 News political reporter Ben Winslow.
Brian Steed is tasked with saving the Great Salt Lake.
Well, it's exciting and a little scary. I think there's a lot on the line in getting the Great Salt Lake right.
He's the newly confirmed Great Salt Lake Commissioner, a powerful new position in Utah government. After the Great Salt Lake hit a historic low, it set off alarm bells with Republican politicians. A dried up lake impacts our health, the economy, and the ecology. The legislature created the commissioner to help turn things around. Steed will coordinate plans to help the lake and even has the ability to override other state agencies to protect it.
I am prepared that this job will involve some tough calls. The lake is really important. The other things that we're doing with water right now in the state are also really important. We're going to have to find a way to balance that equation in a way that works for both.
He tells me he's got a few ideas.
Maybe having water neutral growth or some type of policy like that to advance, I think would be very interesting. Secondly, when it comes to agriculture, there are gains in efficiency that can be made without having it be the demise of agriculture.
Steed wants to see more agriculture producers adopt new technologies to grow crops with less water.
The real key then is that next step to make sure that water savings reaches it to places that need it, like the Great Salt Lake.
Environmentalists are watching and waiting to see what Steed does. The group Save Our Great Salt Lake says while we're skeptical of the additional layer of bureaucracy with the commissioner role, we're glad to see our leadership taking this issue seriously, and we have tremendous faith in Brian Steed. Under the commissioner's leadership, we hope to see greater inclusion of underrepresented voices on Great Salt Lake issues, especially tribes, residents nearest to the lake shores facing disproportionate health impacts from the toxic dust, and community members at large.
There's a lot of people that have different interests. We all depend on the same water the lake depends on in some degree, and so we have to make sure that people have enough water, but also that the lake gets enough water and the lake is heard.
The Great Salt Lake has risen about 5.5 feet from its historic low last year thanks to that amazing winter and record-breaking snowfall. It's still about 4 to 5 feet below what's considered a healthy range for the lake. Utah's Department of Natural Resources also tells me the lake has peaked. It'll start declining in lake levels now as a result of warmer temperatures and water diversion.
Yeah, we've had a really good year, but it's not enough. We need to be conservation minded. We need to make sure that the water we use in smart ways.
At Willard Bay, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.